The NFL season is heating up, and the Week 3 power rankings reveal a dramatic shift in fortunes. Some teams are thriving, while others are teetering on the edge of collapse. But here's where it gets controversial. Are the Eagles truly the new kings of the mountain, or are they just riding a temporary wave of momentum? Let's dive into the chaos, the comebacks, and the questions that are already dividing fans and analysts alike. 1. Eagles last week 1 record, 2-0. The Eagles are proving that winning isn't just about talent, it's about grit. Like the Chiefs of old, they're finding creative ways to secure victories, whether through explosive plays or clutch fourth-quarter surges. But can this consistency last, or is it a mirage? 2. Bills last week, record 2-0. Josh Allen's resilience is legendary. Even after a bruised nose and a rocky start, he's leading the Bills with the same swagger. Yet the real test lies ahead. Can they dominate elite teams like the Ravens or Packers, or will their ceiling remain frustratingly high but unbroken? Packers, last week 3, record 2-0. Aaron Rodgers' return has reignited Green Bay's fire. With a defense that's suddenly stingy and a running game that's clicking, the Packers look like a team that may not lose for weeks. But here's the elephant in the room. Can they maintain this pace against the Bears or Vikings in the coming weeks? 4. Ravens, last week 4, record 1-1. Defending a lead against the Browns is one thing, doing it against the Bills is another. The Ravens' struggles against tougher competition highlight a gap in their resume. And this is the part most people miss. Their red zone efficiency still lags behind top-tier teams. 5. Chargers, last week 6, record 2-0. Jim Harbaugh's birthday prank on Pete Carroll, complete with a custom cake, might have been the highlight of the week. But don't be fooled. The Chargers are serious contenders. Their defense is suffocating, and Justin Herbert's accuracy is uncanny. Yet skeptics ask, can they sustain this without a true number 1 receiver? Buccaneers, last week 8, record 2-0. Baker Mayfield's return to Tampa has sparked debates. Yes, any team could have signed him, but twice? The Bucs' gamble on a quarterback with a history of inconsistency is polarizing. Is this a bold move or a recipe for disaster when the pressure ramps up in December? 7. Rams, last week 10, record 2-0. A return to Philadelphia looms, and the Rams have a golden opportunity to erase memories of their near upset in the divisional round. But here's the twist. Their offense still lacks a true go-to guy. Can Cooper Kupp carry the load alone, or is another star needed? 8. Commanders, last week 5, record 1-1. Jaden Daniels' college priding. Performance at Lambeau was valiant but brutal. Taking repeated hits for the team is admirable, but it raises a question. Is the Commanders' coaching staff prioritizing strategy over player safety? A dangerous line to walk. 9. Lions, last week 11, record 1-1. The Lions' mantra this season should be every game is a must-win. Their current 1-1 record feels like a letdown, but with a stacked schedule ahead, they'll need to treat every snap like a playoff game. Can they rise to the occasion, or will complacency creep in? 10. Chiefs, last week 7, record 0-2. Patrick Mahomes' brilliance is undeniable, but the Chiefs' 0-2 start is a wake-up call. Should they rebuild around Mahomes with fresh talent, or is it time to overhaul the entire roster? A controversial choice either way. 11. Broncos, last week 9, record 1-1. Another field goal blunder again. The Broncos' kicking woes are becoming a running gag. But here's the rub. Their defense is elite, and their offense is explosive. Why can't they close out games? A mystery that fans are growing tired of. 12. 49ers, last week 16. Mac Jones is proving he belongs in the starter's role. His poise under pressure and decision-making are reminiscent of the 49ers' golden era. But will Shanahan stick with him? Or will the pressure of a losing season force a change? 13. Colts, last week 17, record 2-0. Leading the AFC South alone is a shocker. But Colts' dominance in Week 3 is either a fluke or a sign of a hungry team. Either way, don't count out Andrew Luck's successors just yet. 14. Bengals. Last week 14, record 2-0. Jamar Chase's presence has turned Jake Browning into a competent starter. But here's the elephant in the room. Can the Bengals defense keep up with the Browns in the division race? A question that'll define their season. 15. Texans. Last week 13, record 0-2. Until the Texans can beat an elite team, they'll remain stuck in the middle of the pack. Their 0-2 start is a reality check. Can they regroup? Or is this the end of Deshaun Watson's era? 16. Seahawks. Last week 19, record 1-1. The Seahawks out-Steelered the Steelers in a gritty win. But here's the catch. Their secondary is still a sieve. How long can they rely on luck to keep them afloat? 17. Steelers. Last week 15, record 1-1. The Steelers' schedule is a roller coaster. Too many games they should lose, and not enough they can dominate. But here's the question. Is their coaching staff overthinking, or is it just bad luck? 18. Cardinals. Last week 20, record 2-0. The Week 3 showdown in Santa Clara will test the Cardinals' mettle. Can they contend, or is this just a flash in the pan? A game that could define their season. 19. Cowboys. Last week 21, record 1-1. Brandon Aubrey's kicks have drawn comparisons to a viral meme. Check out the link. But here's the twist. His consistency is the real deal. Can he keep this up when the pressure is on? 20. Falcons. Last week 22, record 1-1. With their quarterback investments failing, the Falcons' running game and defense have stepped up. But is this sustainable or just a temporary fix? A team on the brink of a rebuild. 21. Vikings. Last week 12, record 1-1. The air came out of the balloon quickly for the Vikings. Their 1-1 start feels like a warning sign. Can they adjust, or is this the start of a long slide? 22. Raiders. Last week 23, record 1-1. Tom Brady's cameo at a Raiders game was a surreal moment. But here's the irony. He likely prefers not being in the NFL. A reminder of how far the Raiders have to go. 23. Patriots. Last week 24, record 1-1. Can the Patriots finally break their 3-year losing streak? Bill Belichick's return to form might be the key, but is it too late for this roster to turn things around? 24. Jaguars. Last week 25, record 1-1. Liam Cohen's coaching debut has been rocky. Blaming the media for noticing the dysfunction is a risky move. Can he turn this team around, or is it time for a new voice? 25. Titans. Last week 26, record 0-2. The Titans' 0-2 start is a red flag. But here's the silver lining. Their schedule softens soon. Will they capitalize, or will complacency creep in again? 26. Bears. Last week 18, record 0-2. Ben Johnson's radio rant after the Vikings game was telling. From greedy to silent, the Bears' coaching staff is under fire. Can they rally, or is this the start of a long slide? 27. Giants. Last week 31, record 0-2. Russell Wilson's Dallas performance has made Jackson Dart's debut all the more daunting. Can the Giants pivot without losing morale? A high-stakes gamble. 28. Jets. Last week 27, record 0-2. Woody Johnson's new regime needs time, but patience is thin in New York. Can Robert Saleh and Mike White deliver a turnaround, or is this the start of a rebuild? Saints. Last week 30, record 0-2. Spencer Rattler's 0-8 start as a starter is alarming. Is it time to pull the plug, or will he finally break through in week 4? A make-or-break moment. 30. Panthers. Last week 29, record 0-2. Avoiding blowouts in the final stretch didn't translate to competitiveness in 2025. The Panthers' rebuild is in full swing. But here's the question. Is their coaching staff the missing piece, or part of the problem? 31. Browns. Last week 28, record 0-2. The Dylan Gabriel era is approaching, but can it arrive soon enough to save a 0-2 team? A tough test for a franchise stuck in the mud. 32. Dolphins. Last week 32, record 0-2. Tick, tick, tick. The Dolphins' clock is ticking louder than ever. With a 0-2 start, can they reverse their fortunes, Or is this the start of another rebuild? Week 3 rankings are a mixed bag of promise and peril. Which team do you think is flying under the radar and which one is overrated? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's spark a debate.